Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I got some great guests joining me at this time. Recently, Dark Remedy released a killer new single entitled Possession. Please welcome Cary and Steven from Dark Remedy.
What's going on? We're happy to be here.
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Of course, it's very nice to have you guys on the show. I've been checking out your music. I've been really digging Possession and the music video, so I know we got quite a bit to discuss in this interview.
Well, we appreciate that, man.
Of course. So before we dive into everything Dark Remedy, I got a fun yet challenging question I've been asking my guests this season. So if you could have dinner with any two musicians from history, living or deceased, who would they be?
That's a tough one.
It's probably the most challenging question. The questions will get progressively easier as the interview goes on.
I'm just going to, the first thing that popped in my head, and it's not something I just sit here and think about, but it just popped in my head, would be like Michael Jackson and Elvis. I just think you take the king of pop and the king of rock, that would be wild.
I agree. That would be a wild dinner.
So I've been watching a lot of mindless reality TV lately, and what came to mind immediately is Kelly Clarkson, because she's on all those Food Network shows, and I would love to hang out with her for a day and just eat all that stuff on Top Chef that she gets to eat. I think that'd be pretty fun.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
But that's just one person. You got to have another.
I've seen Lana Del Rey on those cooking shows too, but I'm sure any one of those could take me to a nice restaurant.
What the fuck?
Well,
you gotta think who you're with and where they're going to take you. So that's a factor in the answer, I think.
I like the mindset behind that. I was not expecting that. Cary, were you expecting that?
No, fuck no.
I see all the fancy food that they make on TV, and I'm like, I want to try that. So I'm going to hang out with people who eat that stuff.
And the first time someone has answered it like that, and I actually like it, and I'm gonna have to apply that mindset now. Like for anything I do, it's like, wait, I could get some nice food out of this. Anyway. So before we start talking about the new single Possession, so I'm curious. I like the name Dark Remedy. So how did that come about?
Man, that's it's fairly literal. If once I explain it, we kind of formed and got our start right as COVID was kicking off, and it was really just a passion project, just us making music we wanted to make, and it was dark times, and this was kind of our remedy. So the name Dark Remedy seemed fitting.
Oh no, for sure, definitely. So when did you guys start as a band?
We started talking about it probably back in 2019. Steven had recorded my other band. We'd worked together for years, always worked well together, and just thought it would be fun for us to eventually collaborate. But time is of a premium, and neither one of us had time. So when COVID hit and all my live shows were canceled, Steven's recording clients weren't coming in, we had time, and I'm like, dude, we've been talking about it, like, now's the perfect time, let's be productive throughout COVID. And that's kind of how we started. We started as more of a progressive metal band until last year we hooked up with Paul, and that's kind of when we made the decision to take it more seriously and actually be a band and go after that mainstream appeal. So we had released a bunch of songs, and we last year we signed a deal with a major label distribution. Part of that deal was we had to take down all of our previous music. So it was kind of like a fresh debut for the band. So, 2023 is looked at as like our debut year, but really we've been around, a lot longer than that.
Okay, I gotcha. I was because I thought like before, because I've heard of you guys before. I thought you had more music in your catalog. Then I went back like a few weeks ago and I go, oh, there's not as much as I thought there would be. But that makes sense now with that. But I really like the direction you guys have been going with like with Possession and that kind of style. Like I really dig that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this year it's been a monumental year for us. We came out of the gates the 1st of January with Blood Money. Blood Money peaked at number 15 on the mainstream active rock charts, and real good reception at radio, real good reception all the way around. And, Blood Money is kind of a, just a good old fashioned rock and roll anthem. Whereas you get to Possession's a little bit of a different sound, and we've just kind of been evolving throughout the year. Like we're students of the game, and we're always learning, we're always growing. So we take a look at like, all right, what worked in this one, what didn't work, how can we improve on that? Because we're always trying to outdo ourselves. We never want to release something that the fans go, well, it's not as good as, the last song that they did. We want to blow them away every single time. So we spend a whole lot of time working on that, and we've just been refining the sound all year.
Oh, for sure. And it's a little bit more challenging now. You have to like top like the last single you released with a new single, and especially nowadays, like with Spotify, there's new music coming out every day for people. So like to try to top like not just yourselves but other stuff people are listening to, it is a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, we try not to dwell too much on what everybody else is doing, to the sense that there are certain things happening in the rock world that we do like. So we take the things that bands much bigger than us are doing that we do like, and we kind of apply that. But we're very much staying true to ourselves throughout the process, which is important to us. We could probably go out and emulate any kind of music we wanted to, but then we wouldn't really be true to ourselves. So it's a balance that we walk, because I mean, if left up to our own devices and we didn't have an audience to worry about, Steven and I would create some crazy stuff that you would just listen to and be like, what is going on here? Our influences are all over the place. I mean, name something and, chances are we're probably influenced by it to a degree.
Yeah. And that was a big reason why we were okay with re-debuting in 2023 with new music, was our old stuff. For all the people that have been stuck with us this whole time, they remember some of the older songs, and it was a little scatterbrained what we were coming up with, but we were just kind of writing for ourselves at that point. But now that we have a focused direction, we're trying to just really stay true with the vision.
Yep.
Oh no, right on, for sure. With all that, now you definitely guys are like really refining your music. I can definitely tell with the new music from this year. You guys are definitely refining that sound. I really like that kind of unique sound that you guys have been going for with the new music.
Well, we appreciate you saying that.
Thank you. Of course. So I'm curious, like for you guys, like what is like the writing and recording process for Dark Remedy?
It's a little bit different every time. Sometimes it kicks off with Steven's got an idea. Sometimes it kicks off with I've got an idea. The only real thing that stays the same is how we do it. And, it always starts with Steven and myself. And when we do get down to recording, we used to record in person. Now we use Session Wire to record. So, we're on webcam. We both have studios, and they're both connected together in real time. So it's about as close to being in person as possible. But, when we come up with an idea, it probably goes through 100 revisions before it gets to the point that the fans hear. I mean, we can, both Steven and I will just play the mix over and over and over and over, and we play it on every medium that we can think of. And we may catch something, or we may sit on something for a while and be like, you know what, I actually think we probably should do this a little bit different. Then we'll go back and retool it. But we're kind of perfectionists in the sense that we like to spend a good amount of time with each song we're working on to really get it right.
Yeah, the day we send the song to distribution is the day we finish the song.
Mm-hmm.
We're always working on whatever's next, trying to get it perfect.
Oh no, for sure. I definitely understand that. So I'm like curious for you guys. So like, how do you know when a song is like, like it's done and ready for like distribution? How do you know when it's complete? Like, do you just hear it or just feel it? Like, how do you know?
That's the $1 million question. I think a lot of artists and producers that work in their home studio, it's a constant struggle to figure out like when is it actually done. But I mean, as long as it sounds like a song and you're proud of it, and all the parts that you want to communicate are coming through pretty well, then you just send it out there and hope for the best. That's all you can really do. But we through that process, we have a little list of things that we want to make sure that come through for every song. And I think so far we've done a good job of making sure that what we want has come across. So far so good.
Well, I think you guys are definitely hitting the mark, especially with the new music from this year. With it, because again, as I said, you've been really refining the music, and I really like just the different and unique style you guys been going for with the new music.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was definitely a conscious effort to try something different, but we've been really happy with the reception.
Oh, no, for sure. And I'm glad you guys are getting some great reception from it. Definitely well earned with the new music, and I definitely look forward. I know we'll be talking about it later, but I'm definitely looking forward to more new music from you guys.
Yeah, we've definitely got a lot more coming.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. So before we start talking about the new music, though, I'm curious. So you guys released a music video for Possession. How was it like filming the video?
It was awesome. So we used on Possession and Now or Never, we used Thomas Crane with Kill Devil Films. In my opinion, he's top of the heap when it comes to rock music video directors in today's world. And he, I filmed a lot of videos over the years with different bands, and, we filmed other videos with this band. Working with him was the easiest process I've ever been through when it comes to filming. Like he's an artist himself, and I think that's really important because him being a musician and a visionary too, he's able to really kind of like understand what we're going for. And we don't have to tell him much, it's just kind of like an initial, hey, here's sort of the, what the song's about. Here's kind of the vibe. And he just gets it, man. So I can't say enough good things about Thomas Crane and Kill Devil Films.
On the right end, I'll leave a link for the music video in the description because I really enjoyed it. I loved like the colors, like the purple and the kind of aqua blue in there. I thought it was like great color choices in there, and it just matched like the whole vibe of the song so well.
Thank you. Yeah, we're pretty intentional about that. When we when we finish a song and then we know that it's going to be the next up for release, and we go to get with our graphics guy, Steven and I kind of go over like, all right, what color are you thinking for this song? It's that is very intentionally done on our part. So very cool that you picked up on that.
Oh, I saw that. Obviously, it's throughout the whole music video, but also I really like the action scenes for you guys because I just like how it was like a little bit like darker lighting, but like it was still obviously it showed you guys, but it was just how he did everything. I thought just looked amazing.
Yeah, we're very happy and proud with how that one turned out for sure.
Oh, definitely. As I said, I will leave a link for it in the description. So I'm curious for you guys. So like, have you had like a favorite music video you guys have filmed?
Probably the Possession video. I remember that day so vividly. It just went so smoothly, and we got great shots. Everything that we were seeing in the camera just looked fantastic, and we had filmed that one at the same time as the Now or Never video, so we were waiting for a solid chunk of time before we saw it. And when we first saw it, like we got on the phone, we were like, "Holy crap, this is insane! This is some next level stuff." So we were smiling from ear to ear when we saw it, and we were just super happy that we could share it with everybody.
I'm going to say something a little bit different now. Quality and delivering what we were going for, possession hands down. But the video that I will always look back on the fondest is the Blood Money video. That was the first one we did.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, it was just a super exciting time. I mean, Steven and I were like little schoolgirls in the hotel room, just so excited to do this. I had the flu. I had a fever the entire time we shot that music video. So like, you know, I think back to like, all right, I had to power through this, but it was so exciting. And, you know, it was a magical moment for sure.
Yeah, that's right. That was also that was my first time in Texas. That was also our first time meeting Paul in person. So there was a lot of things going on that day. That was a good one, Cary.
Well, like watching the music video, I would not have known that you would have like a fever and you had flu and all of that just by the video.
I was about ready to die, and I'll tell you. So like I loaded up on a bunch of meds before we went. It was a long shoot. I think we were there 8 hours. The last shots that we did were the solo shots where we were up against the TVs, and I thought I was just gonna fall over in those. It took, you know, it's one of those things. I'm so critical of myself that I look back at the video and I can tell, and I don't know that anybody else does, but I look at it and I'm like, man, you know, on Blood Money, I have a lot of vocal parts on that song that I didn't do any of them in the video, which, you know, it was just me just barely hanging on to get it done in the first place. But, you know, going through that kind of stuff, for me, it just motivates me even more. Like, you know, it pisses me off. I'm like, damn it, of all days, today's the day I got to be sick as hell when I really just want to put on like the performance of a lifetime and I don't feel that I delivered it. So it motivates me for the next one. Like, all right, I'm going to kill it on this one, you know? A little adversity is good.
Well, for sure, it definitely is, and there's stuff like that happens, where you can't plan on getting sick, it just kind of happens. But I think for obviously because you know the story behind it. Well, now people know the story behind it, but I think someone just watching without the context of the story, I don't think they would know. Oh, this guy is super sick, and he's probably feels like he's gonna die at this scene.
Yep.
But it's cool. I like how for all your music videos so far, like just how you guys have been, have some little bit different layouts with the music and stuff, and of course the color choices. I really like what you guys have been going for so far.
Thank you.
So now, as I'm starting to close out this interview, we did talk about you guys have some new music in the works. So, like, can you give any hints, like when we might be able to hear some new music? What kind of style, like what kind of music, anything like that?
Yeah. So we 2024 is going to be another big year for us. Expect more of the same, what we've been doing in 2024, with the addition of we're going to be adding in live shows as well. But we had told people back in September that Possession would probably be the last single of the year. And I mean, I guess you can say the one constant with Dark Remedy is nothing's ever for sure. And we decided that we're going to release another one. Not quite ready to say the release date, but it's not too far away. It's just some, really, if you look at it, it's a few weeks kind of thing. And the song that we're releasing, we've actually let it out of the bag on a previous interview. It's a song called "We Are the Dead," and I think it's one of those songs that we are most proud of. It's the song that got Paul interested in us. We all love the song. I think if you ask anybody in the band what their favorite Dark Remedy song is, we're probably all going to say We Are the Dead. And we had intended on that song being the first single we pushed to radio. When we sent it to the radio teams, they didn't know what to do with it. They didn't think it was a radio song. And all of us were like, what? We couldn't believe it. And we still don't understand it. But it's one of those things. I mean, you look at the Red Hot Chili Peppers, like radio refused to play them. And their radio guy had to basically beat down doors to get them played. And finally they got played. I don't know if it's going to be quite to that level, but I mean, I can tell you the song it's my favorite song that we do. And we've been sitting on it for a while. And we've actually, we're working on the final mix for it right now. And we have the art being made and all that. And this one we're going to be doing a little bit different. We've been shooting music video for every one we do. This one is going to have a lyric video accompanying it. And we're kind of just going to see what it does. If it really starts to take off on us, we're going to go shoot a video for it. But, we're going to let this one kind of do its thing.
Well, that it sounds awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And so like everyone,
I'll tell you this, it's heavy.
Right, or talk like metal heavy, or like what's like?
I think if you were going to compare it to something, I would say it's kind of like Rob Zombie and 9 Inch Nails kind of vibes going on. It's got a little bit of that industrial, heavy groove driving,
So if you've listened to all of our singles in order so far, you'll notice that we have been adding more and more electronic elements as we've gone. So it's interesting that one of the first songs we wrote for this new direction of the band has the most kind of electronic layers. And so I think release-wise, contextually, it makes sense to put it here. But it is pretty dense and in your face. I think if you're a fan of heavy music, you'll enjoy this one probably a little more than our other songs.
Well, I am definitely looking forward to hearing it, and I hope we get some radio play too. Because, for anyone watching or listening, when the song comes out, tell your local radio station to play it. By the way, but I definitely look forward to it. I'm a huge fan of Rob Zombie, 9 Inch Nails, so I think it'll fit right in with my music tastes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Well, right, and I'm looking forward to it. But as I'm closing out this interview, so obviously we talk about what's coming up for 2024 for you guys. So have you guys played any live shows yet, or is that going to be next year?
We haven't yet. Next year is going to be the year of the live Dark Remedy experience. And we are so incredibly excited to get out there to bring this kind of how, it doesn't make sense to people right now, but like Dark Remedy for us, it's like more of an experience than, just the music. So there's a lot of stuff that can only be conveyed live. We really look forward to bringing that to the people, as well as throughout this year, the fan support has been incredible. And we are just so humbled and thankful for that. We're really looking forward to getting to sit with fans after the show and get to know them and, personally shake their hand and thank them for supporting us. It's just been mind blowing. When you release music, you never know what people are going to think, and the responses that we've been getting and, the kind words that we get from fans, it's overwhelming. And we really, really appreciate that stuff. So it'll be cool to finally get out there and meet everybody.
Oh no, for sure. I look forward to seeing you guys live, hopefully at some point as well. Because again, I've been really digging the music, and I like to see it. How that translates to a live show.
Well, we appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing you too.
All right, so now for everyone watching and listening, closing out this interview, where are the best places to find Dark Remedy online?
We're everywhere, man. You know, we're more active some places than others. I can say that our Facebook, we're probably the most active. So Facebook, Dark Remedy Band, Instagram, Dark Remedy Band, TikTok. You can go to darkremedyband.com. Basically everywhere.
Oh, very good. I will leave some links for Dark Remedy in the description along with the Possession music video. Please check out and support them. Make sure to check out all their music because I've been really digging this band. So thank you guys so much for stopping by Super Cool Radio.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having us.
Of course, for Cary and Steven of Dark Remedy, I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.